ngiti-ngitiin. Sa pag-away sandigan ka namin, isulan ang iyong simulain. Tanikala sa puso't diwa namin. Sa bugso ng mga pagsubok, kaagapay kaming magkakabuklod. Dugo at pawis, alay sa hamon, buhay na saganaan. Aming pagyabanin, likas mong kayamanan, ibandila ang karangalan. O mahal naming inang bayan, o mahal naming inang bayan, o mahal naming inang bayan.
Please raise our right hands to recite the Consular Creeds. I am Philippine Consular, mandated by law to enact measures in the ordinances that rebound to the general welfare of my constituents and their pursuit to happiness, peace, and prosperity. I believe in the public service above self as the guiding principle of my official acts, as I try to pathways of local legislations. May Almighty guide my mind, my heart, that I shall be true to my constituent and Filipino people.
Okay, so, Madam Secretary, let's have a roll call.
Honorable Arnold Armada, Honorable Carlo Apiado, Honorable Arjen K. Palyasigi, Honorable Moises Dular, Honorable Ryan Dumaran, Honorable Darlene Lama, Honorable Maria Chanelin Mejia, Honorable Mariblay Cartujano Garingo, Honorable Marvin Dalanon, Honorable Joffer Durana, Honorable Weljun Fuscablo. Honorable Presiding Officer, at this moment, there are 8 members who are present and 3 members are still not around, Your Honor. So those who are not yet around or absent are Honorable Mariblay Cartujano Garingo. She will just will be late, Your Honor. I think she has still to attend to... She's still outside, Your Honor. And Honorable Joffer Durana, likewise, still coming. So, Your Honor, we have 8 of the previous session. We have the minutes as of March 11, 2024.
Okay, so let's go over. Let's peruse the minutes of our regular session held on March 11, 2024.
Hello.
Honorable Moises Dular.
Yes, Mr. Presiding Officer, if there is no comments, if there is no comment or correction about the previous minutes, I move for its adoption.
Okay, so the minutes of our regular session held on March 11, 2024 is hereby adopted.
So, we are now in the privilege hour, Your Honor.
Okay, any member who would like to render a privileged speech?
Mr.
Honorable Dular is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Good morning to each and everyone. So, this is all about the to our ex-ABC President and ex-SKMF for wala pa gyapon nila nakuha ang ilang terminal leave kagang mga benefits nga dapat makuha diri sa munisipyo. It's due to wala daw budget kag nalipatan sang aton nga HR sa pag programa amo na nga until now with all the requirements nga napasa na nila wala gyapon. So nagtawag ako kay Mr. Presiding Officer sa kay Ma'am Budget. Ang hambal niya base pwede himuan sang supplemental budget para madali na kaya nag-end ang ilang term last November. So pila na kabulan until now nga wala gid na hatag ang mga privileges kag benefits nga pwede nila makuha. So tani mahimuan taman sang aksyon or ano nga move para nga makuha naman nila, no? So according to her, Ma'am Budget, nga dapat daw through supplemental budget daw, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Honorable Apiada.
Mr. Chair, in line with the privilege speech by Honorable Dular, during our previous session when we have the presence of Ma'am Gina Toledo, our HR head, we already raised the concern regarding the terminal leave of our former colleague Honorable Jacoseling Belmac and Honorable Clarice Nagdamen, and we advise her to inform the Office of the Mayor so that the Mayor can act on the matter as regard the budget intended for our former colleagues.
Thank you, Honorable Apiado, for I'm out of town during that session.
Okay. Although we cannot fix the exact date on when this matter will be acted upon. Honorable Apiado.
Mr. Chair, it's in the form of a supplemental budget, and we're still waiting for the request from the executive as to the supplemental budget number 1, that the same matter be included in the supplemental budget, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So the matter of supplemental budget, the very initial step for that is at the Finance Committee, Finance Council, I mean.
I suppose, Mr. Chair, they already have the computation of the terminal leave of our former colleagues. The budget officer will identify the source of fund. We're going to get the budget intended for the terminal leave, and that time, if they have identified the source of fund, then the mayor can request for the approval and release of supplemental budget, Mr. Chair.
No need to be included in the AIP.
I suppose it's already, there are general terms in the AIP that can be
that could cover that
cover the
appropriation.
yes,
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
So, please make the necessary follow-up, Honorable Apiada. Okay. Any other member? Honorable Dumaran, you're raising your hand earlier.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Previous minutes, since Honorable he cannot move a motion for approval.
He can, as he is present in today's proceedings, then he can make that motion. Okay. So, any more? If there's none, then let's proceed.
So, we are now on the first reading. So, the first item is the application for accreditation of Green Valley College Foundation Incorporated.
Waited. Okay, so refer this matter to the Committee on Accreditation.
Item number 2, resolution number 2024-6 of Barangay Mapantig, seeking permission from the Office of the Municipal Mayor to grant permit to conduct 6 days cockfighting on March 22, 29, 2024 and April 5, 12, 19, 20, 2024 in the said barangay.
Endorse this matter to the Office of the Honorable Mayor.
Item number 3, forwarded letter from the DILG SKPO addressed to all city municipal mayors of this province through the MLGOO concern dated March 15, 2024 with the attached advisories dated March 6, 2024 signed by Felicito A. Valmosina, Under Secretary for Barangay Affairs. This is as regards DILG DOH Joint Memorandum Circular number 2023-001 dated August 24, 2023 with the subject retention and continued service of barangay health workers.
Okay. Is this a long letter, Madam Secretary? Si pwede
For
ito
a
mabasa
while,
ni for our information and guidance. Okay, this is a recurring issue. From time to time nga may election sa barangay. After that,
For a while yun.
Mr. Chair.
yes, Honorable
This matter
Dular.
was already kuha na naman informed the barangay chairman before sila nagpunggo, Mr. Chair. So, nakapamiting na kami sini sa ila kay this joint memorandum circular sa DOH Manila DILG. So, before nagpungko tong nag-take out ang aton mga barangay chairman, nakapamiting na kami sini sa ila. That's why dawala na panguha ang aton nga mga barangay health worker kaya nag-sit-in kami with the Mayora, with the local chief executive, with the legal counsel, ako, taga DOH nga gin-explain ini during sa ABC meeting nga ining retention and continued service of barangay health workers. That's why Mr. Presiding Officer nga some of the barangay chairman gusto tanin nila nga pangtanggalo lang mga BHW ta, but due to this joint memorandum circular nga daw na-continue ang service ng aton mga barangay health workers.
Okay. But for our lawig ang letter, Madam Sec. Importante abi makuha ta ang legal basis nga gin-cite sang DILG. Sige.
So, Your Honor, we have here the memorandum circular from the DILG. So, what is stated here, Your Honor, is the actions required. Monitor the compliance with RA number 7883, its implementing rules and regulations.
RA
7883, this is as regards the Barangay Health Workers Act, I think, Your Honor. Its implementing rules and regulations and DILG DOH JMC by all punong barangays and other local officials within their respective area of jurisdiction. Number 2, continuously advise and encourage the punong barangays, sangguniang barangay, especially the newly elected barangay officials, to appoint other barangay officials such as the barangay health aide, barangay health officer, or barangay health assistants, or other appropriate position except barangay health worker. And number 3, submit BHW related data through the link as stated here on or before March 25, 2024. So may I read the
Yes, yes.
just to all the DILG regional, okay, sige. So this is dated March 6, Your Honor. Republic Act number 7883, otherwise known as the Barangay Health Workers Benefits and Incentives Act of 1995, and its implementing rules and regulations, intend to strengthen the health system at the local level, set up a mechanism for BHWs to gain access to a package of resources and opportunities for improving their personal and professional development, and to specify the roles, responsibilities, procedures, and requirements the BHWs must undertake and comply so they can avail of the benefits and incentives as provided for under the law. To further operationalize and reinforce RA number 7883, the DILG and DOH issued joint memorandum circular number 2023-001 dated August 24, 2023, which prescribes, among others, the roles and responsibilities of all the local government units, sanggunians, and the local health boards to ensure the uninterrupted delivery of primary care services to the communities and safeguards the processes for the registration and accreditation of BHWs. In this connection, the department received complaints regarding the mass layoff of BHWs and the alleged non-compliance with the subject DILG, DOH, GMC by all concerned local officials, especially barangay officials. In this regard, the DILG field officers are directed to remind the local officials concerned and the chairperson, other officers and members of the local health board of their roles and responsibilities as stipulated in the attached JMC, and ensure their compliance thereof. For emphasis, all barangays, sangguniang barangays, should be reminded of their roles and responsibilities pursuant to Section 6E and F and Section 7 of the JMC, quoted as roles and responsibilities for the barangay LGU, comply with the GMC and or other related policies issued by the DILG and our DOH. Number 2, assist the appointed BHWs to be registered and accredited by the local health board. Submit the profiles of BHWs to DILG, municipal office or city using the prescribed BOIS, including the copy of the ordinance as a basis for encoding or updating the system. Number 4, ensure the attendance and participation of BHW in related training, seminars, orientation, or similar activities. And number 5, shall provide voluntary support to the concerned BHWs deployed by the city municipality in any form needed to enable them to carry out their duties, roles, and responsibilities. Honorariums or allowances may be provided subject to the budgetary limitations on personal services prescribed under Title V of Republic Act Number 7160. Letter F, Local Sanggunian. For the Local Sanggunian, to enact an ordinance to assist all barangay appointed BHWs to be registered and accredited by the local health board. Number 2, enact an ordinance and or adopt a resolution establishing a mechanism for the protection of BHWs from dismissal without due process and providing for the holistic welfare of the BHWs, such as but not limited to giving of incentives, granting of honoraria and or retirement benefits subject to budgetary requirements and general limitations on the use of local funds. And number 3, establish a mechanism for the protection of BHW from illegal discontinuation of volunteer services without due process, which shall be recommended or adopted by the local health board. 7, transitory provisions. For the first 3 years of implementation, all BHWs are endeavored to be registered and accredited with their respective local health boards. Number 2, the punong barangay shall encourage and assist the barangay appointed BHWs to undergo registration and accreditation with the local health board. Number 3, the municipal health officer shall, or city municipal health officer shall facilitate the registration and accreditation of BHWs within their LGU. Number 4, all local ordinances, resolutions inconsistent with the GMC shall be reviewed and amended accordingly. Number 5, all BHWs shall be under the supervision of the city and municipal governments and shall be governed by the provisions of Republic Act 7883 and the JMC. And number 6, the punong barangay and the sangguniang barangay, upon approval of the JMC, are advised and encouraged to appoint other barangay official to strengthen the barangay health system, such as the barangay health aide, barangay health officer, or barangay health assistant, or other appropriate position except barangay health worker. Number 6.1, health workers appointed by the punong barangays as BHW prior to the approval of this TMC should apply for registration and or accreditation with the City Municipal Health Board. In case of denial of the application for registration of the barangay appointed BHW, he/she at the option of the barangay may be appointed as BHA, BHO, or barangay health assistants, barangay health officer, or barangay health assistant, or in other position as may be determined by the barangay, sangguniang barangay. With the foregoing, all seated directors, MLGOs are enjoined to first, monitor the compliance with RA number 7883, its implementing rules and regulations, and DILG, the DOHJMC, by all punong barangays and other local officials with their respective areas of jurisdiction. Number 2, continuously advise and encourage the punong barangay, sangguniang barangay, especially the new elected barangay officials, to appoint other barangay officials such as the barangay health aide, barangay health officer, or barangay health assistant, or other appropriate position, except barangay health worker. Relatedly, as the department is required by the Senate Committee on Health and Demography, chaired by Senator Joseph Victor Ejercito, to submit BHW-related data, all regional directors are directed to submit reports on or before March 30, 2024, to the Office of the Undersecretary for Barangay Affairs through NBOO for consolidation using the format below. So it is provided the matrix, the template for to be filled out, Your Honor, by this LGU.
Okay. Madam Sec, thank you. So, Honorable Dular, ang pinaka-point gid sang memorandum nga there should be an ordinance that will provide that BHW should be provided due process bago sila matanggal. Dapat may ordinance na sina. No? Liability siya. So may existing ordinance kita, I don't know, do need nga i-review ta to, no? Kag i-conform ta sa mga existing issuances.
Workers of the municipality of ISULAN. So siguro ining matter siguro Mr.
Atong appointed sang barangay. So ang ato niyang ordinance mag-cover gid NCBH.
Barangay health workers, the municipality, we have two budgets for our health workers in the barangay. One is the MCHW, wherein it is the municipal mayor who will appoint, and the other ordinance.
Daw medyo maklaro ng ilang sini.
Mr. Chair.
So,
Honorable Obiado.
Would it be possible that this matter be referred to the committee for our reference?
Okay. So so let's make this an item on first reading. The ordinance providing due process to before the termination of BHW and refer this to the Committee on Health. Okay, so next item.
item number 4, the letter from the Barangay Government Calawag 2 addressed to the Municipal Vice Mayor requesting for the passage of a resolution interposing no objection for allowing DSWD Kalahi CIDSS NCDDPAF program to construct a drainage canal along the municipal road with a physical target of 123 linear meters, more or less this is located at Purok Bagong Sikat, Calawag 2.
Okay,
Dinis
okay.
sa banda.
So the request is addressed to us. Refer this to the Committee on Infrastructure. Yes.
So we have no more items under first reading. Ano pa? Dalawa? Tatlo? So, Your Honor, we have already exhausted the items under first reading, but we have still, just this morning, we have received some documents or letter, resolution.
Okay, so let's take up that additional item.
So first, we have the resolution number 2024-21 of Barangay Calawag 3, allowing the operation of color games and other contrivances for recreation at Barangay Calawag 3 to initiate fundraising in the preparation of the 57th Foundation Anniversary and the 17 Waras Festival celebration on April 24 to 27.
Okay, so endorse that to the Honorable Mayor.
We have here a letter from Villa Clara Elementary School. This is addressed to the Sangguniang Bayan of this municipality through Honorable Carlo Apiado, SB Committee Chairman on Education. And it says here, Ma'am, Sir, greetings. Villa Clara Elementary School, located in Sitio Kalupaan, Sampaw, ISULAN, Sultan, KUDARAT, is currently on the process of expanding the school services to junior high school due to disturbing number of high school dropout, mostly involved and distributed among the diverse tribes and indigent families living at the nearby sitios and purok of the barangay. With regards to this, we are requesting your good office for a resolution of interposing no objection and favorably endorsing to Crispin A. Sullivan Jr., SESI, Schools Division Superintendent of Sultan Kudarat, for the establishment of Villa Clara Integrated School and shall continue to provide allocation for school buildings, classrooms, educational facilities, furniture, and other school needs, and for maintenance for at least 5 years until such time that such funds of procurement incorporated in the national budget.
Okay, refer this to the
Hello.
Committee on
Hello.
Education.
Next, we have here the annual budget for 2024 of Barangay Calawag 3.
Refer that to the Committee on Finance.
So we have no more items under first reading, Your Honor. We'll proceed now to the committee reports. First to report, this is from the joint report of the Committee on Health, Sanitation, and Nutrition, Committee on Environmental Protection and Preservation.
Committee, Madam
Next
Secretary.
committee to report is the Committee on Transportation, Communication, and Energy.
Okay, so Honorable Dumaran is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good morning once again to this august body. The committee report of the Committee on Transportation, Communication, and Energy, Committee Report number 2024-1. A referred matter to this committee, the committee conducted committee hearings on February 2, 2024, and March 5, 2024, and a public hearing on March 12 at the Sangguniang Bayan Session Hall. Invited and present during the same were the members comprising this committee, the resource persons, particularly the Municipal Planning and Development Coordinator, Ms. Evelyn H. Pantilanan, NP, the Municipal Engineer, Engineer Dante A. Loyola, the Business Permit and Licensing Officer, Mr. Leonori Taipin, the Menro Designate Engineer Herbie Joy Lameta, and Municipal Legal Officer Attorney Emily H. De Los Santos. The Sokelco Incorporated, telecommunication and cable companies, and the different internet providers. Item, letter received from the tanggapan ng Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Sultan Kudarat, addressed to the Honorable Vice Mayor, furnishing a copy of Provincial Ordinance Number 103-16th SP Series of 2023, regulating the installation and construction of poles and attachments on overhead lines which include power, telecommunications, and cables along major thoroughfares and suburbs within the province of Sultan Kudarat. Discussion and findings. The aforesaid Provincial Ordinance Number 103-16 Sangguniang Panlalawigan Series of 2023 of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Sultan Kudarat is the basis of the committee to propose similar ordinance that is applicable in the municipal level. It is entitled an ordinance regulating the installation and construction of poles and attachments on overhead lines, which is include power, telecommunications, and cable along major thoroughfares and suburbs within the municipality of ISULAN. The proposed ordinance shall be known as the Anti-Dangling Ordinance of the Municipality of ISULAN. Reasons for regulations. The substandard poles, dangling wires, and spaghetti cables not only have become an eyesore which divides the beauty of the buildings and landscapes of each component local government unit, to the impairment of the growing tourism industry, but also possess safety and hazard issues which may cause accidents and disaster. The utility poles and the distribution lines scattered throughout in major roads and suburban areas has created an unsightly and disorganized urban landscape and possess safety risks and obstacles for pedestrians and motorists in the municipality of ISULAN. The net and orderly wire or cable arrangement on posts will not only ensure convenience and lesser connection outage of subscribers, but will also ensure the expedite repair and ease in maintenance, and likewise ensure safety of linemen and technical people of utility providers. The passage of the ordinance is purposely to regulate the construction, installation, and maintenance of electric, television, and telephone poles, wires, and attachments within the territorial jurisdiction of the municipality of ISULAN, and for the following. A. Address the challenges that brought by the impacts of modernization and development in the electrical power, telecommunications, and cable sectors. B. Enhance, prescribe, and enforce installation standards for electrical power, telecommunications, and cable lines, aligning them existing regulations. Create an environment within the municipality of ISULAN that reflects internationally recognized design and specification for electrical power, telecommunications, and cable lines, both urban and suburban areas. Ensure the orderly and well-marked placement of cables and other overhead lines to prevent accidents and obstructions to various forms of traffic. Foster an internationally competitive image for the different local government units within the municipality, encouraging increased investment and promoting sustained development. Recommendations that were noted during the public hearing: that the electrical power, telecommunication, and cable companies and internet providers will be the one to retrieve the inactive cable wirings. The LGU will set a time limit for the retrieval of inactive cable wirings for strict compliance of electrical power, telecommunication, and cable companies and internet providers. The LGU will set a height limit for the installation of poles and cable wirings that before the renewal of a business permits of the electrical power, telecommunications, and cable companies and internet providers, the LGU will require full clearance in the retrieval of inactive cable wirings. Finally, the public hearing ended in the assurance from the attending public that they will abide with all the provisions in the ordinance. The recommendation were for premises considered. This committee hereby recommends passing an ordinance regulating the installation and construction of poles and attachments on overhead lines, which include power telecommunications and cables along major thoroughfares and suburbs within the municipality of Isulan. That further, the said ordinance be deliberated on the second reading on the next regular session. Respectfully submitted by the Committee on Transportation, Communication, and Energy, yours truly, the Chairperson, Vice Chairperson, Honorable Darlene H. Lama, Secretary, Honorable Arjen K. Palyasigi. That's all my report, Mr. Chair.
So, any comment on the report? Yes, Honorable Apiado.
I just want to be clarified, Mr. Chair. Since this is a public hearing, I just want to ask if who were invited and who were present during the conduct of the hearing.
Okay. Pakibalik sa first paragraph, Rom. Alright. Municipal, MPDO, Engineering, Engineer Dan De Loyola. Okay.
Invited were the cable companies. I just want to ask if
Yes, Mr. Chairman, may arapat ang mga cable companies, the Solcasi, SKT-SI, the GVL, and other small players. Yung ginahambal natin ba lang P2P,
Point to point. No?
point-to-point service provider. So actually, damo sila nag-attend during the public hearing, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Ang point to point, may wire man na sila. Daway na sila wire ya. Da poste lang, na.
May ara gyapon, Mr.
May
Chair.
ragapon.
Actually, nag-attach gyapon sila sang wirings nila through the Sokelco post.
Okay.
Oh, daw nagarenta na sila. Nagabayad sila sang ilang renta sa Sokelco.
Although concern lang ng mga point to point, abot lang kung may mga business permit.
Yes, other have some business permit. Ang iban nata daw wala man. But then our invited players, small players, based on the licensing office nga nakakuha sa business permit, Mr. Chair. Oo.
Do ang main or ang isa nga office nga mag-implement sini nga tanggalon tong ano to, inactive nga mga wires is our engineering department.
Yes, Mr. Chair, before the renewal of the business permit, they are required to clean or demolish the nuisance or inactive lines of all the telecommunications companies, Mr. Chair. So limpyo na nila bago sila mag-apply or mag-renew sa ilang business permit. Kaya actually damo sang mga existing wires, especially yung mga connections natin sa internet, na dugay na na-disconnect, a month, a year na, and the subscriber mag-apply sang bago liwat, hindi naman to nila ginagamit atong daan. Latag naman sila sang bago, that's why nga nagadamo ang mga dangling wires naton, Mr. Chair. Actually, the main concern sini is the mga telcos and the small players. Kay si Sokelco kasi, with regards to the dangling wires, may ara sila ya sang standard height of the wires. May standard na sila ya. So, ang problema, kay below the lines of the Sokelco, Ara
Nakapon
ni
sila.
mga telco, sari di naga pila sa baba. Amunang makita naton nga daw mga spaghetti wires dira. According to the area manager, Mr. Gatmaitan, ang problema gid nila ining mga telcos nga nagaano sila. So mo
Sir.
itong advice na mo sa ila nga kung mag-attach or mag-apply sila sa inyo for the rental sa post, i-regulate man nila or check man nila ining mga existing kaya mo nang nagadamo na gid karon Mr. Chairman.
Oh, okay. Sige. Any more comment? Okay, there's none. Honorable Damaran.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I move for the adoption of my committee report of the Committee on Transportation, Communication, and Energy.
Okay. And do you propose ordinance or resolution for second reading?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. For second reading on the next
Next session.
regular
Okay.
session, kaya daw busy ka mo, siguro may laktan ang iban.
Okay. So the committee report number 2024-01 of the Committee on Transportation is hereby adopted, and the measure be calendared for second reading next session.
Next committee report is the committee report of the Committee on Finance, Budget Appropriations, and Ways and Means.
Okay. So Honorable Apiado, the chairman is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The subject of the report, Mr. Chair, is the Committee on report of the Committee on Finance, Budget Appropriations, and Ways and Means. Committee report number 2024-08. Pursuant to the referred annual budget of this committee, the same was forwarded to the Office of the Municipal Budget Officer for preliminary review. On March 11, 2024 at 3:30 p.m., this office received the preliminary review of this budget addressed to the honorable members of the Sangguniang Bayan through this representation, Chairperson of the Committee on Finance, Mr. Chairman. Item, Annual Budget for Calendar Year 2024 of Barangay Calawag 1, involving an appropriation of 12,646,616 pesos. Findings, as per preliminary review, the aforementioned barangay budget reveals full compliance with all the budgetary requirements set forth by laws, rules, and regulation, subject to the following condition limitations, which were concurred with by this committee as follows. Number 1, capital outlay such as office equipment, IT equipment, and softwares, and furnitures and fixtures with cost below 50,000 pesos shall be recorded as semi-expendable property pursuant to Commission on Audit Circular Number 2022-04, dated May 31, 2022. Number 2, the Barangay Development Council, or BDC, shall see to it that the programs, projects, and activities included in the barangay budget are consistent with the approved AIP as per Section 389, Paragraph B, Subparagraph C of RA 7160. Number 3, the provisions of RA 9184 and its implementing rules and regulations in the procurement of the materials for infrastructure projects or civil works, goods, and consulting services, as well as commonly used supplies and materials pursuant to Admin Order Number 117 shall strictly be adhered to. Accordingly, it is recommended that the appropriation ordinance of the aforesaid barangay be declared operative in its entirety effective January 1, 2024. Further, it is understood that this review action does not authorize any item of appropriation that is specifically prohibited by or inconsistent with the provisions of law. Finally, in the implementation of this annual budget, compliance with all existing accounting, auditing, and other administrative rules and regulations shall properly be observed, and the same shall be the responsibility of the concerned implementing barangay unit. Recommendation: wherefore, premises considered, the committee hereby recommends for the passing of resolution declaring the annual budget for calendar year 2024 of Barangay Calawag 1 involving an appropriation of 12,646,616 pesos operative in its entirety, effective January 1, 2024. Further, that this measure be deliberated on a second reading in today's session, Mr. Chair. Respectfully submitted by the Committee on Finance, Budget Appropriations and Ways and Means, Committee Chairperson, yours truly, Committee Vice Chairperson, Honorable Moises L. Dular, Committee Secretary, Honorable Marvin L. Dalanon, CE. That would be all for the committee report number 2024-08 of the Committee on Finance, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, any comment? So there being none, Honorable Apiado.
Mr. Chair, I move, if there's no question or clarification, I move for the adoption of our committee report number 2024-08.
Okay, so the committee report of the Committee on Finance is hereby adopted, and the measure be calendared for second reading this session.
Next to report is the Committee on Social Services, GOD, Senior Citizens, LGBTQIA+, and Children's Welfare.
So the chairman, Honorable Darlene Lama, is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My committee report of Committee on Social Services, Gender and Development, Social Citizen, LGBTQIA+, and Children's Welfare. Committee report number 2024-3, pursuant to the refer matter of this committee. The committee conducted committee hearing on March 15, 2024 at 2 p.m. at the Sangguniang Bayan Session Hall, ISULAN, Sultan, KUDARAT. Present during the same were MSDO Eileen Il Loctugan, RSW, WO, MHO Representative Ms. Risa Jean Alpas, RN2, Provincial POPCOM and Development Representative Ms. Alili Guntang, PPO4, the members of this committee and the Secretariat. Item, resolution authorizing the municipal mayor to enter into the sign of partnership agreement with the Commission on Population and Development, CPD 12, for the strengthening of the implementation of the Philippines Population and Development Program, PPDP, in the municipality of ISULAN. Finding in discussion, the proposed resolution is request from the Office of the Mayor to a letter dated 2024 addressed to the municipal mayor requesting for the urgent passing of the same subsequently referred to this committee. The copy of the partnership agreement is attached to the request for ready reference of the committee. During the committee hearing, the following information were noted. Number 1, that July 31, 2023, the Sangguniang Bayan passed similar resolution by virtue of resolution number 2023-44 ISB entitled Resolution authorizing the acting municipal mayor, Honorable Arnold H. Armada, to enter into the sign a partnership agreement with the Commission on Population and Development and the local government unit of ISULAN for the strengthening of the implementation of the Philippine Population and Development Program in the municipality of ISULAN. Number 2, that according to the resource person, there is need to change signatories in the partnership agreement, considering that the term of acting municipal mayor, Honorable Arnold H. Armada, has already been purposely served and elapsed, and he's now currently assuming his duties and responsibilities as municipal vice mayor. Number 3, the proposed resolution will quality and authorize the municipal mayor, Honorable Marites K. Palasigi, to enter into the partnership agreement, and by the resolution, the LGU acknowledge its rules and responsibility for the effective and efficient implementation of the programs. Number 4, the program as stated in the previous partnership agreement are the same program that will be continuously implemented with the new signatories. Number 5, this committee believes that the partnership agreement aims to improve the policy and program environment at the local level to ensure universal access to responsible parenthood and family planning information and services, especially among the marginalized sectors. Recommendation, wherefore, premises considered, the committee hereby recommends for the passing of resolution authorizing the municipal mayor of Honorable Marites K. Palasigi to enter into the sign of partnership agreement with the Commission on Population and Development, CPD 12, and the local government unit of ISULAN for the strengthening the implementation of the Philippines Population and Development Program, PPDP, in the municipality of ISULAN. This is my committee report in Social Services, God, Senior Citizen, LGBTQ+, and Children's Welfare. Chairperson, yours truly, Vice Chairperson, Maria Ginelyn In Mejia, Secretary, Arjun K. Padasigi. That's all my committee report,
Okay.
Mr. Chairman.
So, any comment? Daw, ano lang no? For, ano to? Daw change of signatory.
Stories.
Actually, doon na-approve na ni
Yes,
Sadto.
Mr.
Okay.
Chairman.
So, will you move for the adoption, Honorable Lama?
Mr. Chairman, I move my committee report for adoption on social services.
Okay, so the committee report of the Committee on Social Services, God, Senior Citizen, is hereby adopted, and the measure be calendared for second reading this session.
So we have no more committee reports, Your Honor. We'll proceed now to the calendar of business under second reading. First proposed measure is the proposed ordinance prescribing the rules and procedures on the investigation of administrative disciplinary cases against elected barangay officials of ISULAN, SULTAN, KUDARAT, amending for the purpose Municipal Ordinance Number 2011-177 ISB.
Okay. So, the Chairman Committee on Laws, are we ready to proceed with this?
Mr. Chairman, we move to defer the discussion and deliberation of this ordinance for the next regular session.
Okay. So, the major or the main amendment proposed here, Honorable Blight, is aton process of finding probable cause.
Prima facie case.
Prima facie evidence, no? Bago
yes,
mag-proceed.
Your Honor.
Okay. Kaya daw may discretion kita dito.
Only
Kaya
to
lang,
correct it na the finding of the prima facie case must be made after the issues have been joined dapat in accordance with the local government code
Oh, yes.
and not before
not
the
before. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so this matter is deferred for next session.
Next proposed measure is the proposed resolution or ordinance creating the ISULAN Transportation Management Office and the Traffic Operations Officer 2 as its section head with salary grade 15 in the municipality of ISULAN, providing for its duties and functions, appropriating funds therefore and for other purposes.
Okay, so the Chairman Committee on Transportation, Honorable Ryan Dumaran, are we ready to proceed with this ordinance? Honorable Blight, I mean. Good government kay creation of the office.
Mr. Chairman, I also move to have the deliberation of this ordinance deferred in the next regular session.
Okay, so the deliberation of this ordinance is deferred next session.
Next proposed measure is the ordinance creating the municipality of ISULAN multi-sectoral STD and HIV/AIDS Council for the prevention and control of sexually transmitted diseases, defining its functions and providing funds and for other purposes.
Okay. So, Honorable Moises Dular.
Next session na, i-defer ko na.
Okay, so the deliberation of this ordinance is scheduled next session. So, next item, Madam
Next
Chair.
is the measure based on the committee report of the Committee on Finance, Budget, Appropriations, and Ways and Means.
Okay, so Honorable Carlo Apiado, recognized.
Mr. Chair, I move for a resolution declaring the annual budget for calendar year 2024 of Barangay Calawag 1 involving an appropriation of 12,646,600 pesos operative in its entirety effective January 1, 2024.
Okay, so the annual budget of Barangay Calawag 1 in the amount of 12,646,616 is hereby declared operative in its entirety.
Next, proposed measures based on the committee report of the Committee on Social Services, Guidance Senior Citizens LGBTQIA+ and the Children's Welfare.
Okay, so the chairman, Honorable Darlene Lama, is recognized.
Mr. Chairman, I move my committee report
Uh,
for social services. I move my resolution authorizing Municipal Mayor Marites K. Parasigi into the sign of partnership agreement with the Combination of Population Development CPD 12 and the Local Government Unit of ISULAN for the strengthening of the implementation of the Philippine Population and Development Program PPDP in the municipality of ISULAN.
Okay, so the resolution authorizing the municipal mayor, Honorable Marites K. Palyasigi, to enter into and sign a partnership agreement with the Commission on Population and Development 12 and the Local Government Unit of ISULAN is hereby approved.
So we have already exhausted the items in the order of business, Your Honor. We'll
Okay.
proceed now to the unassigned business.
Okay, so any unassigned business? Okay, there being none, session adjourned.